Topwater fishing lures are one of the most popular and exciting ways to catch fish. But what happens when the lures themselves are considered failures? Today, I have some of the weirdest and worst topwater baits, and I'm going to be taking them out onto the pond to see if they actually work or if they are complete failures. Starting off with the Lunker Hunt Froglet. This bait right here has an identity crisis. It tries to be a walking bait and a topwater frog, but the only problem is it doesn't do either of them very well. The Double Plopper bait. The idea was simple. Double the plop, double the action, double the fish. But this thing became too much, too heavy, and it tangles itself up and makes the fish scared of it. The Lunker Frog, although it looks very realistic, it has a hard time staying on top of the water, walking right, it fills up with water, and it rips very easy. The Live Target Sunfish, although this lure looks great, it fishes terrible, it's way too hard, and it's almost impossible to hook a fish. The Rebel Buzzin' Frog tries to combine a frog and a buzzbait, but the only problem is it's bad at both of them. This thing has a hard time running right, which makes it impossible to catch a fish. The Crazy Shad, a lure that is too aggressive. Fish follow this thing, they don't commit, and they ghost it. Kind of like a bad date. So this is considered to be the friend zone of topwater lures. But will these lures actually work, or will they be complete failures? Let's go ahead, let's tie them up, and let's hit the pond. So I've made it out onto the boat. We have a really nice day. It's overcast, it's a little foggy. We got a little bit of wind, which is perfect topwater conditions to try out all these crazy topwater baits that are considered to be failures. Hypothetically, all of these lures should catch fish, but I'm here to see if they're any good. Would you actually throw these things on a regular basis? Would they be a confidence bait? Would they be something that you could actually throw out there and catch a lot of fish without having some struggles, some missed hook sets, some lost fish? So let's go ahead, let's check out the first lure. Well, right here we have our first lure, the Lunker Hunt Froglet. Now, as you guys can tell, this is a very strange looking lure. You have a walking action. It says catch big fish, nothing on the back. It says that this thing casts well, walks easily, has a slow glide to a noisy 180-degree swing that throws water. The frog is a weedless design, and it has sharp hooks to make sure that you lock into fish. That's what it says. Lock into fish? Yep, lock into fish. So we're gonna tie this baby up, check out the action, and we're gonna see if it can do just that. Such a strange looking lure. It's really crazy looking. It reminds me of a little turd. Ow, I just stabbed myself. I may have just got some karma right there. Look at this thing. Does it not? Look at that. Look at that. That's crazy. It definitely has a pretty squishy body. I feel like the hookup ratio is not going to be horrible on this thing. My main concern is how it's going to walk around. Is it actually going to walk, or is it going to kind of be one of those weird topwater lures that just kind of floats on the surface? All right, let's give her a little toss. Oh, that's actually not horrible. Look at that. Oh, it actually walks pretty good. I just thought this lure was shaped so oddly, and I honestly thought that it was probably like a gimmick. I mean, we haven't caught a fish on it yet, but the action does look pretty solid. I mean, it walks back and forth, does it pretty easily as well. So let's make a few casts with this thing, and let's see if we can actually catch a fish. All right, little froglet, let's see what you got. Will this thing be as bad as they say? I mean, it is kind of gimmicky, a little froglet. I mean, this thing, like I said, it looks like a little turd. I'm not gonna lie, it does. Like, the body of this thing, it's kind of just crazy looking, but it actually does have a good walking action. So I could see how it's confusing and weird looking, but if it works, it works. Froglet, I wanna believe. I do. But you're gonna have to show me today. I'm gonna need me a big blow up on this thing. Okay, the walking action's pretty good as long as it stays on the surface. If it doesn't sink and the hookup ratio is not bad, I kind of like it. Like, it actually looks pretty solid. So first impressions on the froglet. I think the action looks good. The water system in this thing is kind of weird. It seems like it fills up pretty quick and then it causes it to sink. But overall, it's not terrible looking. We just got to see what it's like when we lay into one. Oh my God! Oh my God! That was a crazy blow up. He just came off. Oh my God, I fully came off the pedal and everything. That was insane. Okay, Froglet, I don't like how you just lost me that fish. And you done stabbed yourself. So that's not good either, because now you're definitely gonna sink. Well, first bite on the Froglet. We got hooked up, he came off. Now there could be a lot of factors that goes into that, but I think if it happens 2 to 3 times, it's the lure's fault. So I'm gonna keep throwing it. Hopefully we're gonna get another blow up. If they act like that on all of our lures today, it's gonna be a great day, because that was pretty crazy. He absolutely threw himself on top of this thing. Don't know why, because it looks very strange, but maybe we'll land one. And the fish did make a pretty athletic jump. I won't blame that fully on the lure. But you know, if it happens again, I mean, those hooks just they gotta keep them pinned, you know? Boy, oh boy, it's starting to sink too. That's not good. The bad thing is it doesn't even feel like it's really like full. It just starts acting funny. I can say it walks pretty effortlessly. But, you know, like I said, it does have the tendency to want to sink. But like those first few little walks are pretty solid. Yeah, it's literally, it was flat and then it just went like that. So it's full of water. The weight balance on it's not too good. Oh yeah, now it's definitely filling up. Okay, that hole in it probably did not help it at all, but what can you do? Oh, just attacked it. Oh, that looked like a small one. Oh, there it is. I got him. God, that was a crazy bite. That little fish hammered it. Come on, stay on. Stay on. We need you. There we go. Oh, there we go. That fish wanted the old Froglet. Well, not bad at all. The Froglet caught us a fish. Look at that thing. I don't know how you would put it back together or how that's going to affect this lure with it, you know, ejecting the hook like that, but we have a fish. First one of the morning. Definitely not as big as that first blow up, but this guy came and smacked it twice. So obviously it attracts the fish, it draws them in, it gets bites, and hey, if we can continue this path, we're gonna have a great topwater day. See you, buddy. So let's talk about the Froglet. I think that this lure is actually pretty solid. I would not say that this is a failed bait. I definitely don't think it's perfect by any means. Definitely could improve some things on it, but it did catch us a fish. The fish blew up on it twice. I don't know if the hookup ratio is the greatest. I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but the hooks are actually pretty small. And we actually missed that one fish. Now, like I said, there's a lot of factors that goes into missing fish. It may not have been the Froglet's fault, but we caught a fish on it. It walks very easily. If you were new to frog fishing, this would probably be a good bait to start because it just walks effortlessly. But let's go ahead, let's top the next one. This one though is not considered a failure. Why not continue with a lunker hunt bait? Now, I know that there's a lot more of these out there and they're pretty gimmicky, but we have the lunker frog right here. And this thing actually looks very realistic, and I've heard that it just sinks and it breaks very easily. So we're gonna put that to the test. If there was anybody that could break and make this thing sink to the bottom, it is me. So let's get this thing out of the package. Oh, a nice little color. Look at this guy. Look at his little legs. Look at that. So it says that the legs retract when paused, the legs extend on a retrieve. It is one of the most effective methods for catching big fish. Look for cover, pretty much tells you what to look for. And this is supposed to just be a little tiny frog. It has real life action. You retrieve it and pause it, and it just does its thing. But I will be the judge of that. Will this thing get the job done? We're about to find out. I mean, I can say they did nail the frog look on this thing. It does look realistic, but can it float on top of the water, and will the legs break off on my first fish? We're about to find out shortly. You know, this thing doesn't look bad. It definitely is a realistic looking frog. It's got some nice little legs. It's even got little feet. Look at that. The attention to detail on this thing is crazy, but how good is it? Because you don't want to throw a frog with one leg or no legs. So we really need to figure out if this thing is as sensitive as they say. And we also have to figure out if it floats, because our froglet kind of struggled, and the way that this plasticky foam stuff is, it's a little weird. So let's see what we can do here. Make a few casts and just see if we can't maybe get a little blow up, or, you know, see if this thing goes straight to the bottom or breaks in half. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that could go down here. Look at that. There's a little froggy stranded out there. Sure would be a shame if a bass came by and saw that and was like, I need to eat him. Sure would be a shame. Who am I kidding? I want to see a fish rip the legs off this thing. Come on. Hit it hard, baby. Hit it hard. Put it to the test. Put it through the ringer. Let's go. That's what I'm here for. I'm not here to like these lures. I'm here to hate them. I'm here to be a hard critic, okay? So I need to see each and every lure, their fish catching ability, and if they're dumb looking or not functional. That's what I need to find out. I'm not here to be liked by these lures. I'm not here to like them. I'm just here to do my job and catch a fish on every single one of them and tell you guys if they are complete failures or they're actually not a horrible topwater bait. See, this little guy right here, the action's not bad. It's just not your regular frog action. This one doesn't walk, it just kind of kicks its little legs, but I don't really know how much kickage you get because they're kind of stiff. Ooh, one took it under. He didn't get a hook. I don't know how he didn't get a hook. How did you do that? That was crazy. As much as I love topwater baits, you gotta have some safety. I mean, eye protection is key. You never know when this lure is gonna come flying back at you, especially these. You just never know. Sure would hate to take a frog to the face. I'm not gonna lie, I think that last fish took it down by the legs. I did see it go under, and it wasn't fully in. It kind of looked like it was at an angle. It gives me more of like a swimming frog. It's not a walking frog. It's like a little swimming frog. Thing that's like prime Michael Phelps right there. But what is he gonna look like after a bite? Will he still be the same? Oh no, the frog is in distress. He's swimming the 40 meter and he's in distress. Hope the bass doesn't eat him. You know, I do kind of wish that the legs were a little thicker. Like, if they were thicker, I feel like they'd put off more action. They'd probably be stronger too, so. Definitely doesn't look bad. I mean, it's definitely doable. Let's see how much water we got in this thing. Not bad. Oh, he missed it. Oh my God, I wasn't even paying attention. Not that it mattered, because I literally felt no pressure at all. Look at that thing. God, it's flooded with water now. Oh, didn't miss it that time. Landed right on his head. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Come here, baby. Come here. Come here. That's a good fish. Oh, he engulfed that thing. That was insane. Do not jump. Do not jump. Get up here. Yes. That was a crazy blow up. Oh my God. Well, we got a nice one on the old frog. That was crazy. Landed right on top of that fish's head and he exploded on it. That right there is a great fish, a new biggest of the day. That was such a crazy eat. He was literally sitting up there in the shallows. This is the one that swiped at it and just completely missed it. Then I threw it straight on top of his head. He didn't miss it that time. He sucked it in. Such a cool bite. Nice fish. Let's get him back. Just a beautiful morning time topwater fish. Thank you, buddy. There he goes. Well, with that catch right there, I definitely think that they are up shallow. So I think we may be tying on another shallow bait. Well, our little frog right here, I don't think it was that bad. It's definitely not your average topwater frog. There's definitely better options out there. But you know, if you're looking for a little tiny frog to do its thing and do a little bit of swimming, look like Michael Phelps out there, this is definitely the frog for you. Hookup ratio wasn't bad. It definitely seems like the fish were a little skeptical. I think that walking action is really what you need. This thing doesn't really walk. It just kind of, the little legs kick. Not bad though, but definitely better alternatives out there. But we have a few lures still to throw, and I'm sure we'll run into a bad one here soon, because the next one that we're gonna throw is very, very controversial. Well, here we have the sunfish. This thing concerns me. There's a lot of good stuff about this lure, like it's very realistic looking, it's a great idea, but the hookup ratio is what's really not great about this bait. So let's go ahead and open this thing up. Let's see it up close and personal and see how bad this is gonna be. So here we have the sunfish. We have a pretty cool color. Let's see, what does it say about this thing? It says that they're very common. They school up, easy prey. It says this thing has great detail, realistic color patterns, a nice action. And the one thing that just is concerning about this lure is how hard it is. Let me pull this thing out and show you guys up close and personal, because this lure is very tough, and that is not very, look at that, look at that. Like, why is it like that? I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong, this is a beautiful looking bait. It's super realistic looking. It has great detail. The color is great. It's kind of a weird shape, but let's see if it can catch this one. It just doesn't have that like original frog feeling. Like, this thing is made out of some type of really tough material, and I don't know if that's what causes you to miss a bunch of fish, or just the way that this thing is shaped, because it's a pretty big lure. So I mean, we're gonna have to have a nice bite to be successful with this, I think. I mean, don't get me wrong, this lure looks great. The action even looks pretty good. It kind of has like a little flopping to it. It just kind of like rolls around like a dead bluegill, what it's supposed to be. But that material is just a little too tough for my liking. So we'll actually have to just see what the hookup ratio is going to be like with this thing. But I can say it's a beautiful looking topwater lure. I'm concerned. I'm scared, actually. With all of this flying through the air back at me, it would probably knock me out. That's why I got the old safety goggles on, even though the sun's not out. Can never be too careful. Who knows, we may hook one first cast and catch one, you know? Like, first hook set thrown, we may land one. I don't know. Never used this bait, but I have heard horror stories. I do know it looks good. I won't lie. I want to be a hard critic, and I want to say that this thing sucks, just because I think it's funny looking. But it does look good. If I get a blow up, we'll take literally a second to figure out if it's going to be good or bad. That sounded like a gunshot. That fish popped this thing. How did it fly? So what just happened? Okay, I'm not gonna judge. I'm not gonna judge. That was first bite. Look at that. God, so look at that. You push it down, it takes forever to come back up. Maybe that's what I should do. I'll just push it down and I'll throw it like that. See, it just has such a strange angle. Oh, there it is. We got him. We got him. There we go. Stay on. Stay on. Oh my God, we got one on the sunfish. Look at that. We barely got him too. Whew. Wow. Well, sunfish claimed us a victim. That's actually kind of surprising here. Well, it's not a monster bass, but it is a nice little largie. We barely got this guy in. That lure's kind of crazy. It looks great, but I feel like the execution could have been better. But hey, we did land one. First real good bite. We got him, but we did miss a few. But hey, nice fish. Thank you, buddy. You are an important fish. I hope you know that. Well, that right there is a relief. I thought we were going to be throwing the sunfish until the afternoon. But hey, it caught us a fish. Although it did get a few misses, we still ended up getting that good bite and pulling it in, thankfully. I would definitely say it's kind of right there in the middle. It's not a great topwater bait. It definitely has its flaws, but it also has some pros. I mean, it looks good. It's a cool idea. Definitely could have been executed better. I feel like if you made that thing a little smaller, different material, you probably could just wax fish all day long. So I'm just kind of, it was okay. I would rather have a regular topwater frog over it just because it's softer. The hookup ratio is better. But hey, we got one. So now we're moving on to our next lure. So now we have our double plopper. This thing is massive. I don't know if this is actually meant for bass because it's so big, but let's crack it open and have a look. So we have the real floating buzz. Let's go ahead and open up this big old box here and let's see what this lure looks like. Now, the one concern that I have with this bait is how big the hook is. Look at this thing. That is a meaty looking hook. You have kind of like a regular buzz bait blade here, and instead of that one little tiny, you know, metal blade being here, you get two whopper ploppers. So that's gonna be interesting. It already looks like they're hitting the other thing, so I'm excited to see what they look like in the water. But such a crazy looking lure. I'm excited for this lure, but I'm also a little nervous because, like I said, that hook is massive. Like, we're gonna have to have a decent fish hit this thing. And you know, I don't know if this is specifically for, you know, bass, but a bass may run away from this thing. Look how big this thing is. Depending on what this action looks like, it's gonna tell us what's gonna happen here. Let's see what we're working with here. Ooh, it doesn't look bad. It's just very heavy, really heavy. Oh gosh, I don't know how I feel about that. It's super heavy. There's so much drag behind this thing. Like those double blades kicking, it just makes it so hard to pull back in. Is it an overkill? Possibly. It definitely seems like it. Will it catch a fish? Probably, but oh, it's kind of sinking now. What the heck? It is 100% an overkill. I think a regular whopper plopper is the way to go. This thing is huge, man. That's gonna be traumatizing to a fish. I don't like this thing. This thing is it's such a big bait. It's like starting up a helicopter. You gotta get the rotors going. Will it catch a fish? Probably, but it's gonna have to be a very brave fish. All right, we're gonna have to find a 4+ pounder to eat this thing. What is going on? I mean, I get the idea, but like our last lure, like a smaller version probably would be so much better. I mean, this thing just reminds me of if a buzzbait and an Alabama rig had a baby. Like, it's so unnecessary. Like, look at this thing. I think I'm gonna have to say this is 100% my least favorite one I've thrown so far. It's too much, too heavy, too much going on. Doesn't really run consistently. The hook is way too big. Don't know if you're supposed to target bass with this thing. Like, I'm sure one would eat it. It's just gonna have to be a good one. Well, let's talk about this monstrosity. I'm sure you could probably catch a fish on this thing. Bass, it would have to be a big one, or just a very brave little fish. I just think that this thing is way too inconsistent. It's too much, it's too heavy. There's too much going on. It doesn't really run consistently, it folds over. It's a very strange lure. I think if you were gonna throw this thing, you might as well just stick to the regular whopper plopper. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Plus, that has treble hooks. This thing has a monster hook on it. I mean, I don't think that this is considered a bass lure, so we're gonna go ahead and move on from this thing. I'm not really a fan. It's just not consistent. It definitely doesn't really make sense either. I get the idea, more noise, more action. It's too much. Sometimes less is more. So I'm gonna tie up our next bait. I'm gonna keep this thing rigged up though. We may try it again later, who knows. We gotta find that perfect spot for it where there might be some aggressive fish. So let's check out our next lure. So now we have the Rebel lure. This thing is pretty interesting. The Buzzin' Frog. It says that it catches fish anywhere. So we are about to put that to the test. This thing looks very strange. I hope it works, but you just never know. All right, the Buzzin' Frog. It says that it is like a buzzbait, but better because it matches a real frog. Wow, what a description. I was expecting something cool. That was it. It's like a buzzbait, but it's better because it looks like a real frog. Okay. Okay. Let's be honest here. Does it look like a buzzbait? Absolutely not. But hey, I won't knock it till I try it. I will make fun of it a little bit, but if it actually catches a fish, I'll give it my respect. Okay, well there's a lot going on here. You have the frog pattern. The head looks like a frog. You have your little buzzbait blade, but then in the back you have a frog hook instead of a treble hook, which is very interesting because I feel like that's going to get tangled, but we'll see. Super interesting looking lure though. Well, first impressions, it does not look great. It is a very light lure. It just doesn't really run right. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's definitely not great. All of our little blade buzzbait creations have just been not great today. Like, why would you even think that you can compete with a regular buzzbait? Like, that thing is legendary for a reason. You can't recreate greatness like that, you know? And I think the worst thing about this lure is, why is the line tie underneath? It doesn't even run straight. Like, that's just a bad design. Come on, baby, we'll get one on it though. Come on, little buzz frog. I kind of believe in you. Not really, but you know, when we first started fishing with all this stuff, I was like, God, it's actually not too bad. Our last two lures have made me rethink that. Some of these are just awful. You really wonder, do they actually test these things before they mass produce them and put them in production? Because, I mean, like, just look at some of this stuff, you know? Like, you can't tell me that this is a great idea. This lure is really making me start to question things. Like, they say that it looks like a frog, so it's better. Like, what is it looking like a frog do differently? Like, the bottom of it is still this little color. I don't even know. Dude, where do you even start with this thing? This side doesn't have an eye and this one does. That's a crazy paint job. What is going on with this lure? I think it's pretty obvious. All of our walking baits have done extremely well today. Our little moving baits have not really gotten too much action here. Oh, there's one. Oh, one just hit it. No. Oh, just had a bite. Oh gosh, this thing is going to be impossible to hook something with. Well, the Buzzin' Frog, I just fished the entire pond with this thing. Had one bite, didn't even feel it because it's such an odd lure. I'm sure you could catch fish on this thing, but I feel like you shouldn't have to beg a fish to bite your topwater bait. Topwater is one of those things where it's a reaction, it's a strike. They want to attack this thing. The last two lures, they've run away from. So I think I'm gonna move on. I'm sure, like I said, you could probably catch fish on all this stuff, and I'm gonna try my best, but I am sick of throwing those little buzzing, flopping thingies. I think that the fish don't want that. They want subtle, they want simple. So we have one more lure that I think will be great. So right here we have the Crazy Shad. Now this thing actually does not look too bad. It's like a little prop propeller bait. It's a nice little silver color. I have high confidence in this. Alrighty, let's crack this baby open and let's see what we're working with here. Now truthfully, I don't see how this is going to be bad. I mean, the only way I could see it as if these little blade things don't really work. But other than that, it looks solid. And let's see if the fish maybe want this, because they did not want those little running lures. They just weren't very interested in them for some odd reason. You know, I think this lure right here is going to be money. I don't think this one's going to be bad at all. It looks good. It has a nice action. I think that this is just going to draw them in. It's going to look like a little fleeing shad. And they should crush this thing. I mean, look at that. That's not bad. Not bad at all. It does have a little too much of stuff going on, but I mean, overall, it doesn't look terrible. You know, this is a very loud lure for its size. I want to work it a little slower since it's so calm, but it just makes so much action. Oh, I almost hit that bird. That'd have been bad. Oh, there it is. How'd he miss it? How'd he miss it? How? Oh my God. He crushed it. That fish crushed it. That's what I'm talking about. There he is. Stay on, buddy. Stay on. God, he popped that thing so hard. Woo-hoo. He's popped off. You gotta be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. Wow. Oh, one's on it again. He missed it. Are you kidding me? That's so unlucky. I just went without a topwater bite for the longest time, and then I get 2, no 3, and then I can't land a fish. That's insane. Well, I think with that, I have a good idea about each topwater bait that we used, and now I think it's time that we rank these bad boys. Well, I have successfully thrown all of our failed topwater lures, and although we did not catch a fish on every single one of them, we have to look at the statistics. What got the most bites? What missed the most fish? What didn't get touched? So I'm gonna make a list. We're gonna start least to the best. So obviously in last place, we have the double whopper plopper. Great idea, probably would work for a bigger species, but this thing was not consistent. It's a little too much to throw, and it's kind of just, it's too much. Next up, we have the buzz frog. This thing is very cheaply made. It has a weird hook on the back. I don't know why that's not a treble hook. If it was, we may have caught the bite that we got. And it doesn't stay consistent. It just folds over on itself. It doesn't run right, and we just could not get it done with this thing. Next, we have the sunfish. Although it is a great design, it's really, really cool, and we caught a fish on it. First hook set. Well, first hook set on a good bite. But it's just a little awkward. It's really weird shape. It's hard to set the hook and get good bites with this thing. It's just, I hate to give it such a low rating because it did so good today, but it's just an odd shape. Next, we have our little crazy shad. This thing was actually solid. I feel like we 100% could have caught a fish on it. We did have a few bites. We missed them. You know, topwater fishing is hit or miss. Sometimes you'll get a good hookup. Sometimes you won't. That's fishing in general. So last but not least, we have the lunker frog. This thing was pretty solid. Caught our biggest fish of the day. I like it. Didn't love it, but it was a pretty solid frog. But my favorite, the froglet. This thing was actually really cool. It's kind of confusing. Is it a spook? Is it a frog? I don't know, but it works extremely well. But although we did not catch fish on every single lure, it was still a great day out on the pond. We got out this morning, the topwater bite was hot, and then as time passed, and as we tied up worse and worse lures, the bite kind of died on us. But it was still a fun time, still got some nice blow-ups, some nice fish, and it was fun to test out those failed lures. I don't know if they were horrible. I probably personally would not use any of those ever again. Maybe the froglet, that'd be about it. But it was still a fun time. I'm about to go ahead and get out of here. If you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like and a comment. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.